is Lauren Lavasser. I am a coach with Next Level Coaching, and I work very closely with Miss Danielle Philpott, and I'm so excited, truly honored to introduce her to you today. She's someone I've had the privilege of watching grow and evolve in this business over the last 4 years. So we just happened to have a transaction together when I stepped into originating totally out of the blue. And she and I ended up becoming really good referral partners back and forth, as well as really, really close friends. So Danielle, I got to tell you, she's a force. I've seen her go from a hardworking team buyer's agent to a standout luxury agent in a very short amount of time. What you're going to learn today is a lot about her grit, her focus, and her deep commitment to doing things the right way. And that's kind of one of the things that I think makes her stand out above the rest. What I can say about Danielle is that her philosophy really is to go deeper, not wider. Okay. And in an industry that often glorifies like the hustle and the volume, she has built success doing those things, but in deep relationship, deep trust, and deep impact. So it's no surprise that we chose her to host this mastermind and generously share what it is that she's doing right now to make sure she's closing 30 plus deals. I think she's going to far surpass that this year. So she's doing absolutely fantastic. Guys, not only is she an agent, she's a devoted mother, a loving wife, and a real estate investor. She and her husband flip 1 to 5 houses a year. I don't know, every year is a little bit different. She always throws something crazy at me, like, I want to buy this one, I want to buy this one. So she adds yet another layer of insight and experience to the table. Danielle is the real deal, guys. She's doing this the right way. She's doing it while also being successful in all other areas of her life. She's warm, she's wise, she's super smart. So thank you, Danielle Philpott, so much for being here with us. I'm so excited to learn from you today.
Oh my gosh, make me cry before noon. Well, thank you guys all so much for coming today. I mean, really, I know how valuable your time is. It's crazy out there, and it always feels like there's something pulling our attention. So I just, first of all, want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to come hang out with us and work on your business, not in your business. And I know that's one of the hardest things about this job is to really step back and say, hey, I know there's some things that I want to do better, and maybe I can make some tweaks that could take us from 10 deals to 20 deals or 20 deals to 30 deals. And I think that's really where like my passion is, I used to close 10 to 12 deals a year and I wanted to close 30 to 40. And so looking at myself and saying, these are the things that I need to do better and I need to grow to be that type of agent. So really this class is truthfully for my past self. I wish somebody would have come alongside of me and said like, hey, this is actually the playbook. So I'm going to try to give you guys as much as I can in 60 minutes and say, hey, if you do these things, I am very certain that we're going to see a change in production and we're going to see a change in your life, right? Like money isn't everything, but guess what? Money fixes a lot of problems. It does. Like, and I've always been a money driven person, but I've been a money driven person in the way that I know that it changes my family's future. And I'm very into that. Okay, well, let's just get right in here. We're going to go through 3 tactics today that's going to take us from 0 to 30. And I'm not just going to be like, hey, do more open houses. Like Lauren said, I like to be in deep relationships. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we're actually going to break down those relationships and how we're going to take down the whales and how we're going to bring in the leads and then how we're going to stay in communication and conversation with them. That's something I feel really passionate about. When I seek out a new client, there is a lot of planning behind that. I am not like, hey, so like, do you want to buy a house? That is not me. I am looking for business owners. I am looking for wealth builders. I have a very specific niche. That doesn't mean that needs to be your niche, but what that does mean is we need to have intention behind every conversation and we need to have intention behind our plan. So we're going to even break down our plan today on what we're going to do to break it down, get there, and then execute. If you guys have any questions, please do drop them in the chat. Lauren's going to be kind of facilitating today. I am super high energy. I can't even sit down. So if there's any chats or like questions you guys have, Lauren's totally going to be monitoring those. And I'm happy to follow up after if they're like a broader question. Um, let's see if I can learn how to change the slides here. Okay, tactic one, know where you win. This is something I feel really, really passionate about, and there is going to be some homework associated with this specific piece. Now, what I want us to do is figure out, okay, where have we been winning? Like, where are the transactions coming from? Why did they come? Right? Like, they didn't just fall in your lap. That's total BS in this business. Where did they come from? What did you do to get there? And then we're going to go even deeper. We're going to go, okay, within the transaction with that client, where did you win a referral? Because that is our job, is to win a referral. I'm looking for 2 buyers and 1 listing on every transaction I do. So where did you win? And that's totally going to be different for everybody. I am fairly certain with my buyers that I win in negotiations. I am fairly certain. I mean, I can tell you each one of my transactions exactly where they come from. My sellers, I am fairly certain about 80% of the time it's preparation for me. Preparation is where I win. So for you, that could be different, but I need you to know where it's at because that's a strength of yours. I want to do a little bit less working on our weaknesses and I want to do more on what you're really good at. And that could be different for everybody, but I need you to know where it's at. Okay, so tactic one, know where we win. So this is going to be an audit of past deals. So I need you to print out a sheet. It could be MLS, it could even be Zillow. And I need you to go through and say, okay, this is where I won. This was the source of business that it came from. If you have somebody who has sent you multiple leads, we need to know that. They are a VIP of yours. Now, say you maybe are literally at 0 right now. Where are you having organic real estate conversations? And where are you planning to go get those? Because we have to know where the business is going to come from. If you want to do 30 units this year, we need to break it down into categories and we need to know exactly because if it's like going on a road trip and having no idea where you're going. That would be the craziest idea, right? Like, hey, we're going to do a cross country road trip, but we're not quite sure where we're going. That's crazy, you know? But if we know, okay, we're going to take down 10 from Sphere, we're going to take down 5 from past clients, like we know those categories, it will come because there's intention behind the business. And also, your calendar is going to be made up by those goals. So if you say, hey, 50% of my business is going to come from past clients, you better be spending 50% of your time with your past clients or working on past client referrals. So I think that that's super important. So my homework for you that's going to be on the last slide is going to be the last 24 months. Where have those clients come from? Where have those leads come from? And what does that breakdown look like? Is that in line with what you want to do next year or the year after? Because if it's not, we need to make adjustments. And adjustments mid-year is where winners win. Like we all did that business plan and then we shoved it in our desk. We're not doing that. We got to bring it out and we got to say, okay, maybe my past client referrals aren't where I need them to be, or my agent to agent referrals, or my Sphere. We have to do an analysis. So I think this is the perfect time of year. We're looking at coming into July. If we can knock down, okay, a listed last 24 months, and if we don't have leads, or if we don't have any closings yet, or there's very few, that's okay. I was there. I am gonna have Rebecca. She's gonna have a follow-up for you. If you're interested, you can go to your summit coach or your next level coach. There's gonna be a memory jogger. And I remember, this is exactly what I used to use, you guys. It literally jogs your memory of who could be a referral source for you. And it's gonna literally have a list and you can go through and go, okay, yeah, that's a person, that's a person. Like, I think that this is somebody I could be in a relationship with. Because it's kind of hard when you're just sitting in your desk, you know, and you're like, hey, someone told me I need to lead generate. I don't know what to do. Right? That seems really scary. But with this lead generator, or with this lead jogger, you're able to go through and go, okay, this is important, this is important, this is important, and then put those into categories and really, really focus on them. Because going, hey, I'm just gonna do 30 a year, just doesn't that just doesn't happen. Okay? We have to have intention behind it. Okay, so continued. This is still on this same tactic, but we're going to go a little bit deeper. Okay, so think about actually, Robin Lavasser taught me this a long time ago. It's probably totally next level coaching as well, but four legs of a chair. Okay, so like if you're going to build a really, really solid business that you can sit on and work that business, you need to have stability and you need to know where it's coming from. So identifying your four, it's going to be different for everybody. Again, your four core legs of business is essential. So where are they going to come from? Are they downsizers? Are they sphere, agent to agent referrals, investors? What's your niche? Because the faster you niche down, the more successful you're going to be. Is it a neighborhood? Is it this exact zip code? Whatever it is, we have to know. Um, for me, past client referrals are huge. I know I want to run a referral business. That's been my intent all along. But do I have investors? Absolutely. Do I love repeat clients? Yes, because repeat clients, guess what? They're usually a buy sell. And at any time we can get a buy sell, we're in good business. Um, there could be a niche, right? You could be like, hey, every time I go to dodgeball, it's great. Like everybody's got their thing, but we have to know our four core legs of business because as maybe one gets a little bit more wobbly, we have to adjust and bring that into a different leg of the business. So maybe we're not getting as many here or there. It's all about auditing and continuing because if we're spending our dollars or our time, which are also dollars, if we know where to spend that dollar or that minute or that half hour, you'll be more successful faster. And really, when you're looking at success in the next 90 days, we have to do what matters now. We can't say, hey, yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to closing that lead next year. I'm like, that's a next year problem. Like we need now when we're building. So that's really when you see these agents who are in a fast growth pattern, which I know you guys want to do because you're here. We have to look at those types of things. So auditing, identifying, and then choosing a leg to grow. Like where is that leg that you think you might have the most opportunity that might be coming in? For me, in the last year, it was upsizers. People who were just growing out of their house and wanted to get the next house. That was one leg of business that I knew coming into this year was going to be really important for me. That it was also age, right? I was getting a little bit older, and the people that I was closer to were coming into that age range. So I don't care what they are, but I need you to know what they are. Um, and again, if you're new, use that memory jogger, be looking to pick up those possibilities. Okay, a successful sale isn't a process, it's a partnership. This is something I believe super deeply in. My VIPs, my most valuable clients, my people, they are champions for me. Like they know they're a VIP. Like I am not shy to tell them, like, you are a big part of my business. Like you sending me referrals makes you a VIP. Like, and I treat them like $1 million client because they are. When I have a buyer come into a consultation, I will say something along this lines almost every single time. I will say, I am so thankful you're choosing me. I am so excited to help you and get started on this journey. And you know what? I'm even more excited for. I'm so excited for when I blow your socks off and you're so happy with with my services that you are going to refer me to your friends and family. And I know that you could give me up to five referrals. That's totally possible, right? I'm teaching them how to refer me from day one. So that's why I'm in the referral business. I used to be scared to ask for the referral at the end of the transaction. It's too late if you're asking for the referral after the deal's closed. They've got the moving boxes. They're tired. We got to start asking for it day one, week two, week four, in the middle. Lauren's so amazing. I love working with it. Oh my gosh, we're cross-selling, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you love the insurance agent. We work together a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm just so happy we do a lot of deals together. If you have any friends and family who are looking to buy or sell, we would love to be part of your team. Lauren and I, at this point in our business, having worked together for 4 years now, we are often referred as a team. So we're not, it doesn't matter if I intake the lead or Lauren intakes the lead, we don't care. They're like, oh my gosh, you guys helped us last time. We're ready to do it again. We're so excited. Let's go. That to me tells me we did our job as a team. Same thing with my insurance agents or my transaction coordinators or my assistant. Same thing. Everything's team, team, team. We're loving how we're working together. So again, and that comes into the partnership because we've told our clients that we're in partnership. They know that. And it's not a secret and it's not scary because they're excited to help you. They want you to grow and they know that you're kicking butt, right? Like they know that you're going all out because you're giving them the energy and you're giving them the excitement and you're giving them stellar service. Like, have you ever walked away from a sales transaction and been like, I've got to buy something from that guy? Like, he was just so good that like I don't even know. Like I want to be around him, right? That's part of creating that family and creating that ecosystem of success, right? The more success my clients have, the more success I have. And I know that and I enter into every transaction with that thought. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, tactic two. Okay, this is one of my all-time favorites, and this is something that I have really been working on in the last couple of years. I am a total introverted extrovert, you guys. Like to a T. Anybody like who's really, really close to me, my really close friends, are like, she is dead on the couch. Like dead on arrival. I'm exhausted by the end of the day. But I love to give the energy all day long. And one thing that really helped me was, you get a little anxious. Things are a little nerve-wracking, right? Like you're like, oh geez, I gotta make a big call or something's happening. The more we can gamify life, we will win. It's not that serious, you guys. And literally, how fun is it to be playing a game? Like it's kind of like being a kid again, right? It's like, hey, like if I do this, then I get this, and we get to do this. And if I do this, I get to go to a concert, right? It's all life is a big ass game. Sorry to cuss, but it is. Agents, if we're not scheduling our lead generation time and we're treating it like a hobby, sorry to say it, but you're going to get paid like it. And top producers who are blocking off their time and putting in these little sales tips to gamify things, they're going to be out prospecting you. You're not even going to know when you lost a deal because I'm already at their house, right? So I think that that's where we need to think about, okay, not only are we taking our time blocking seriously and we're taking our transactional, we've already broke it down. We know where they're coming from. Now we're going to go get them, right? We're going to go figure it out. We're going to go get in deep relationship and we're going to stay in deep relationship. That's what lead generation is about for me. And there's no time for excuses, right? If we're all in on doing this and then something happens, like a health concern or family or something like that, it's 80/20, right? We've done what we needed to do to step back from the business for just a second to take care of our family and be a rock star mom, wife, friend, whatever it needs to be. And then we're back in the game because we know that if we stay focused when we're lead generating, there's nothing to stress about. Your job is to lead generate. If you bring the lead, you can figure out everything else later. Like literally call me. If you get a lead and you're like, I don't know what to do now. That's an awesome problem to have. You just made 10 grand. Okay? We can do it. I mean, that's what I tell new agents all the time. I'm like, literally just go find a lead and we'll figure it out. Okay? Like there's the minute details and everything of a transaction and all these things. It's all figure outable. It's totally like we can do it, right? So I really think that's where it's like taking your lead generation and your time blocking really seriously will change your financial future. It's just if you're going to do it or not. Like truthfully, it gets easier about year 3. I usually tell people there's more repeat business coming. I had my first coach I ever hired. She told me that. She said, "D, it's going to get a lot better on year 3." And she wasn't wrong because I had more repeat referral business. But year 0 to year 3, I didn't get a break, right? Like I still went really hard. And that's where year 6, you're in life changing, wealth building mode. And that's totally like, that's the fun part, right? But it's all fun. It's like find joy in the middle, and that's where I feel like gamifying works. So I'll tell you a few ways I gamify, and these are kind of silly, but they work for me, right? If I'm gonna have a day on a more cold call type of basis, like maybe it's like a warm-ish lead, but like I know it's coming in, I am going to tell someone who's close to me, probably Lauren or my husband or one of my other good friends, I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna be making some calls today. First of all, I just told somebody I was doing it. And I'm gonna call you after I'm done and I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing that happened to me. So the entire time I am making these calls, I am like, I'm just looking for someone to go off on me, or I'm looking for someone to do something freaking hilarious because I'm gonna go tell my bestie about it. And I'm gonna say, hey, guess what? This guy called me, blah, blah, blah. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I'm laughing all the way to my car. I legitimately think it's funny because I did not take it personally. That person's probably having a bad day or whatever. I'm going to tell them thank you so much and send them a Starbucks gift card. But instead of being like, oh my God, what if someone says something to me? I'm going to be really nervous. You're like, well, this is hilarious. I'm going to make a good call after this and they're going to crack up with me and we're all going to laugh, right? Sales is tough. It takes a little alligator skin, right? But some of those, I've literally had people be like, don't call me back, right? A Fizbo. I still called him back. And they were like, you were the only one who followed up. And I'm like, I know. So, things like that, it's gamifying. Again, it can be any way, right? It could be like walk out to your operations manager and be like, hey, I did 30 calls. I'm going to Starbucks. Like whatever your little treat is, like little treat culture works. Okay. So think of those things. Lead generation really is your job, but we gotta stop doing everything. Like everything is not gonna work because we have to focus on what is going to move the needle. Like if you're in a referral phase of your business, that's amazing. If you've been in the business for a while. But if you are just getting into the business or you're looking to grow from 0 to 30, we need you to be hyper focused on your four legs. That is what you do when you wake up every morning is hyper focus. I firmly believe that the 2 hours of lead generation for a newer agent is not going to work. You need to be in 6. You don't have anything else to be doing. So you need to be focused on the leads. That's your only job. Again, like I said, we can figure out the transaction later. Like that's all doable. We have to bring the lead, right? And when you kind of break it down like that in your brain and you say like my only job is to bring in a lead, it gets a lot easier, right? Because you're like, okay. And then you become more of a hunter, right? You're going out, you're finding things, you're looking to put deals together. That's how I got started, right? I would go to bigger agents and I'd say, what do your buyers need? What do your sellers need? I didn't have any clients. I legitimately didn't have any clients. I was just walking around the office and they were like, I really need a $600,000 house in FSB, like 2-3. I'd say, okay, thanks for telling me. I'll let you know when I find it. And then I would go find it, right? I would call my database and say, I have an agent in my office. They are looking for a $600,000 house, 3-2 in FSB. Do you have anything coming up? That's circle prospecting. And that's a way to win if you don't have business, right? If you're a connector, the fastest way to make money in this business is this right here. It's literally, you're already paying your cell phone bill and it's not like, pick up the phone, you guys. Like the more comfortable you can get on the phone, the better you're gonna be. Because I don't really have time anymore to go do a bunch of one-on-ones. I love a 1-on-20 group setting, right? But I can use this all day long in between appointments in the car. I will not be on the phone in the car. I don't even know what's on the radio, right? Like I don't listen to music, I don't watch TV. I just talk on the phone, right? And it's amazing what you'll find. I mean, for God's sakes, I'll call my own mom and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you." Blah blah blah, right? But if you weren't on the phone, you wouldn't know. So that's cheaper, right? The phone is cheaper. Guess what's also cheaper and less expensive? Let's go there. Social media. But guess what? You get like 20 minutes a day on social media. You don't get like the whole day. Okay. We gotta post it, maybe some comments, and then get out into like the real sales world that's that is our job. So that would be where I would be like, okay, in my gamification of the day, what do I get to do? Right? I'm gonna do my sales calls. I'm gonna get a little treat. I'm gonna go Starbucks because I did my sales calls. I am gonna now call my friend and tell her how funny the funniest guy who chewed me out was. And then I'm gonna go showings, do all the other stuff in the afternoon, right? Because we've done the morning, which is the game. The game of life is done in the morning. If you watch really successful agents, just watch them, you guys. Just study them. What are they doing? Where are they at? What's their schedule? Because they're not dumb. Their calendar is very strict, right? We all got into this business to have free time, but that's not what it is, right? We have to get our schedule going. Um, and oh, sorry, I just saw the comments. We have to get our schedule going and we have like fun, salespeople are fun people. We just naturally are. Like, if you put us all in in a room, like we're gonna be a good time for sure. You put me in the middle of my sales arena, and I'm not gonna get anything done, right? But if you put me in my office with a calendar block, I'll be good to go. And I think we just have to get more comfortable putting ourselves in those situations where we're gonna do that. If right now on the 0 to 30 scale, I would be like conversation tracking, phone calls would be my number one. And this can literally be, you guys, think about getting into relationship. That is your goal. Real estate will come. Video, I am my, if I'll give you my Instagram handle at the very end of the video, but you guys, video is the way of the future. I have multiple clients who come into my office. I do not know them, and they will be like, we just feel so comfortable with you. That's social media. That's my digital resume has done its job because people know me. Like I can't even tell you who I like. It's just me. That's what I like posting. That's who I am. Thrive with investors. If you do, it's kind of a niche. So like you either do or you don't. That's okay if you don't. Open houses, two a week. Two a week until the pipeline's full, and then maybe one a week. But like hit the open houses super hard. There was a while where I was like, is this even working out? And then boom, two buyers. Boom, two buyers. And that's where I literally just, I saw my phone and I executed a double side from an open house. Like that, think about with the open house. This isn't an open house class, but I will tell you, think about the open house. What questions are you going to ask at the open house? Like someone comes in, what are you going to say? And if it's not working, change it. There's a lot of really good people on this call. Like, do a role play with your summit funding person who invited you. They've seen it done well, right? I've done it a lot of different ways over the years, but there is a conversion that's super important. We can bring in the lead, but can we convert? Once we start getting that confidence and we start rolling, we'll convert. But I want you to convert faster. So that's like one thing I'm always thinking about is like if there is a task like, oh, I'm going to think about what I'm going to say at the open house. That is not a week-long task. That is a 15-minute task or 20-minute task. Everything that everybody else in this market is doing in a week, you now do in 30 minutes. That right there, because you could be working on your social media and your open house theories and all these things, and it literally, you're doing that while everybody else is lead generating, right? So we got to think lead generating is our number one, and then the processors are number two. And then really when you're gamifying these things, structure the game, right? Like, I don't know, maybe you want a boat, maybe you want a purse. I don't know what you want. Write it down. Private school. I don't know. All those things. My family is super intimate with my goals. Like like, shoot, if I don't execute, like my son knows. He's 6. Like he's gonna be a little batty, right? Like he's gonna know what the goal is, what the end game is. Like we're gonna buy like I showed him something yesterday. He was like, "Are we buying that?" I was like, "Maybe. I don't know." Right? And I think that's the fun part again of gamifying it is like you don't have to be in real estate to be a supportive helper of the game. So, but if you treat it a game, you're also like moving with purpose. versus stress. Okay, it's all fun and games with power partners. There might even be a couple of my power partners on this call today. I'm hopeful. When I switched brokerages, I was previously at KW. I came to DC Real Estate, which is an amazing brokerage. We're a smaller boutique brokerage. Definitely have a luxury spin. I chose a power partner, and I don't think she was ready for me to choose a power partner, but I was like, hey, I would love to partner with you and be a power partner. And all this meant was I want to learn from you and I want to help hold you accountable. And I knew for that specific person what I would be able to ask her. Because, like, she was doing way more production than me, you guys. Like, she didn't need to help me, but I brought her value. I knew what she needed before I asked her to be a power partner. And that was accountability and organization for me to set everything up for her and for her to just literally show up. So, my goal for you guys is to think of 3 agents, and this is going to be in your homework, but write it down right now too. 3 agents that you admire, people who are doing more than you, thinking bigger, doing deals, whether it's Airbnb, VRBO, flipping, luxury, investors, whatever it is, where you're like, okay, like if my business could be exactly like that person's, I would be super into it. Write down those 3 agents. And I want you to reach out to them and say, hey, would you be interested in being my power partner? What this looks like is 15 to 20-minute call a week or 15 to 30. We're going to track. We're going to track things. We're going to track our numbers, our conversations, our goals. And you guys, this small rhythm alone will change your entire business because you bet your butt when she came in and had 2 under contract above $1 million, I now was like, I now have 2 under contract. That's what I do now, right? Which was totally not my lane. I was delusional. But now it is because I leveled up and I was like, this is who I spend time with and this is who I want to be like. So partnering with another agent. This also, the most important part right here, you guys, if we're at 0 right now, is you have to add value. And you can just ask them, how can I help you right now in your business? Because right now you have more time than you do money. So how can you be an added value to them? Because just saying, hey, I'd love to get coffee. If you ask me to get coffee right now, I'm gonna be like, schedule's booked for about 6 weeks to never. Love ya. But you know what I mean? Like we gotta have a value proposition for them to be a power partner. And really, that's like setting joint goals, you guys. And that can be as easy as like literally a check-in and then call, right? I'm like pending, excited, fire call. That energy is energetic. Like people thrive on energy. I am extremely short of it. If you walk in and are like, "Oh, I just woke up," and I walk in behind you, you're done. Because a client wants to know that I have everything that it takes to go the distance. Okay. So adding value, asking better questions, setting joint goals, and rising together. Amazing. And it's free, you guys. Like there's so many things when you go from 0 to 30 that we have to do that aren't costing money. Because um thanks, Ashley. Yes. I just saw a question. Um, Setting joint goals, rising together, and they don't have to be at your brokerage. Like I have like I call them like sideline partners too. Like you'll never know who they are, but they're probably here too. Like I'm calling them up, right? They're at other local brokerages, and I'm like, hey, blah 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 blah. Like this is happening. This is a collaborative business if we want it to be. And like I always say, like play better in the sandbox together. Like I have a couple agents who like literally call me. They're like, "Oh my God, my favorite agent. Like, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, like I'm doing whatever," right? They want to have a good next 30 days. If you're being an a-hole and like not being fun to be with, they don't want to hang out with you for 30 days. They're not accepting your offer. Like play better in the sandbox. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, tactic 3. This one I feel super strongly about is earning business from the best. So when I say earn business, this is like where I really am like, okay, maybe they have a favorite agent already and they've been using them for 30 years, whatever. Okay, well, you're going to earn their business by having the value that it takes to earn business. Now, what the best means is going to be up to you. And this really could be like we'll call them like a whale, like a big client. Um, but I'm more looking for like generational clients, right? Do you have 5 kids you're gonna sell a house, or are you a business owner? Like for me, business owners are a really big deal to my pipeline. Um, so we have to define the best, and the best way I say to do this is create an avatar client. So if you came in and were like, I have a meeting booked at 3 o'clock and you were going to tell me about it, what would the story be? They were your best client. They were your ideal client. I want to know who that person is, and that's the only person we're marketing to now. You're going to niche right down, right into winning because you're the type of agent now who attracts. Okay. We're not going out and we're not pulling business out of people. They're attracted to you because your aura is saying, I attract the best and I am the best. That avatar is going to be like mine's Jenny. Like I'll just tell you mine. Mine's Jenny. She's 40 and she's fairly affluent. She owns a business. She's a business owner. She owns it with her husband. They have generational wealth, given like they're building it, right? So they're going to be an upsizer. So like Jenny is my girl, right? I know that women most likely choose their agent. So I am going to know that I'm going to be the type of woman who's a girl's girl, right? I'm attracting women and I'm saying like, hey, these are the types of activities we do. We go to yoga, we go to the farmer's market, we do these things. Those are times when I am not only making friendships, but I'm creating partners within the type of business that I want to run. And this is going to morph as you grow your business. But like you could get as specific as like Jenny is a medical professional. And she owns this business, but like her husband runs it, but she also is like a med professional. So, and she has rentals, right? Like you can literally get so deep into this profile that when they show up in my office now, I'm like, holy shit, this is working, right? Like I am talking to the right person and I'm talking to them constantly because they also just naturally love me because that's a good fit. And if you go back to lead generation, if you're bringing in the leads, we can always refer them. Like I have a referral goal this year of 5 referrals. So those will probably go to somebody in my office or outbound, of course, like a different state or something like that. Don't forget to add your referrals in your goals. So when you go into your pipe and you go like, I don't count them in my unit count, of course, because they don't go in like MLS. But don't forget, like, hey, you're pulling in an extra $40,000 a year in referrals. That's a good business. Like that's a business I want to be a part of. Um, okay. So earning business from the best. Okay. This is like a very passionate topic of mine, but you guys, like, we gotta just stop hanging out at like industry events to hang out at industry events. Like, if we have 0 deals in the pipe, like, we need to be at places where buyers and sellers are at. Like, sure, go to the gym, go to parties, go to these places. Like, industry events are awesome when you're in a place in your business where you don't need to be lead generating, but like, time is super valuable. So, like, if you are trying to make 350 an hour, but like we're spending a lot of time at other things, that takes away time. So like how can we find a balance, but lead generate first? And I think really this is where like partnerships again come into play, where it's like, I'm just not a surface level girly. I don't know if you can tell, but I want referral people that are like, if you don't call Danny, like you're crazy. Like that's the type of like dedication I'm looking for, which requires me to get into deep relationship with them as well, which I want to be. So I think that's switching from like, hey, we're gonna go like hang out and just like talk and drink to like we are going to be power partners or we are going to be a referral pipeline for each other. And where that comes in, like where I often win there is like I'm showing up for them before they ever send me a lead. Like, I'm going to try to actively change your business so much that you can't ignore me. Like, I'm going to send you so many clients that you're like, Shh, I gotta send these to her, right? That's that referral partner relationship. And really, like, this could also be done like sideline partner wise, just like you're doing your power partners, right? Like, you can go in and say, like I have like a little female CEO group, right? Like, we're all like, hey, like, this is what we do. It's all different industries, right? Like, one of my friends that I talk to the most, she's in like the fitness realm, but she's a business girly, right? So like we're always talking about business. We're always talking about like, hey, what would be your ideal if I would refer someone to you right now, like what's that person look like? Like how can I best refer you? Again, I'm teaching her to refer me subconsciously, and I'm also actively looking to refer her. So that's a big thing. And then to like meet regularly. Like if someone has sent you more than 2 referrals this year, you need to be belly to belly, face to face with them. Like they're super for you. Like if someone wrote you a $20,000 check, would you would you maybe take them to lunch? Like I sure would, like would they be going to coffee? Would they be on your Instagram? Like would we be talking to them? Would we be DMing them? Absolutely we would, right? Like that's part of being in relationship and being partnership. And like that goes deep, you guys. Like shit, I better be the first person you call if you're in jail. Like I'm gonna bust you out, right? Like I'm a loyal girl, And I think that's where when you look and you look at loyalty and when you look at referral partners, like that's how deep I want you to go. Like I don't want you to just be like, oh, I don't know who that person is, right? Like I know Lauren's kids. Like I know her husband. Like I know her family, right? Like she is a friend. Like that's how deep I want us to go. Um, and then to go back to our avatar, when we're looking for the best, our digital presence is imperative, you guys. It's a lead magnet before you even know there's a lead out there, right? They're going to your Instagram or your Facebook or whatever, and they're searching you long before they book an appointment for you. And this is very much like a millennial Gen Z new thing that we're working with here. But if you can be there and be a presence 6 months, a year, 2 years in advance as a safe place, your DMs will be on fire when it's time. Like they're gonna feel comfortable coming to you and knowing like Danny's the vault. Whatever I need to tell her right now, I can tell her. And like my clients know that. So again, like repeat and referral business, like what a great way to stay in contact with your past clients and also be bringing in fresh inbound leads because we did our social media really right. So when I post, I always think, is this gonna meet Jenny? Like, will Jenny like this? It's not really what about, but like what I like. Like, Jenny is most important here. Of course, I want my feed to be me, but how is that? Authenticity is the number one thing I see personally lacking on social media right now. I don't care if you like what it is you're talking about, I don't believe you. So if we can be more authentic and show up in a way that's engaging, like people love that, right? Like they want to support you. Like I've had people stop me at the grocery store, kind of creepy, but they're like, "Oh my gosh, where's like Cal and Mav?" And I'm like, "Shit, that's crazy. My family, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're baseball or whatever." That's part of people want to feel part of something and they want to feel like authentic you. Like if you watch my Instagram, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's Danny for sure." Maybe I'm a little bit more filtered than I have been today. But you're gonna know who I am and like what I stand for and feel comfortable. Like that's the number one thing. Like the barrier between here and here is comfortability. Like do they feel comfortable enough to DM you? And like that's a number we need to be tracking. Like our conversion, like you can tell me all day that you've been posting on social media, but I'm like, great, how many deals have you closed? Between here and here is where the money is made. I sphere, right? Sphere people I know, that's Instagram, baby. Like they're coming from here to here. Last call I took, I hadn't seen them in literally 15 years, almost to the day I graduated high school. We picked up like that, right? It was like, oh my gosh, how are you? Blah, 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 blah. He felt comfy enough to tell me that he wanted to talk to me about real estate. And I was like, oh my God, I would love to talk to you. That's so great. I want to catch up. So I think it's that conversion piece on social media is what a lot of people are missing because they're just doing social media. But it's like, are you doing it well and are you doing it to convert? Is my question for you. And that one like takes like a little like heart stab because I did social media for a long time not converting and I was like, I'm just out here showing my face. But do an audit of the social media too and like look at people who are doing it to convert and be like, hey, like, can you help me out? They will help you, you guys. Like, people want to see people win. And it's again, it's a low to free thing to do. Like, that's one thing I really want to go back to today is when you're going from 0 to 30, like, there, other than like your photos and your media, like, we got to put a listing up and we got to look really, really good. What else can we lead generate that's free? And like everyone thinks you're a baddie, but like we don't have the baddie funds yet, right? Like we're not there financially, but we're headed there. Okay, so any questions so far that anybody has that they might want to go through? I know we're getting pretty close on time. No, no questions. Okay. Okay, so this is just a quick quote I wanted to put up. 82% of real estate transactions involve realtor, but only 12% of buyers and sellers work with that same agent twice. The pipeline starts going, right? We're doing all the things we need to do. We've looked at our core four, we've done an analysis of our past deals. We're now focused on where our dollars and our time are going. Now the deals start coming in, right? Like things are happening. But are we the type of agent who is able to sustain keeping in contact with our past clients and our VIPs while doing the transactions? Like, that's the question I have for you. What is your plan to do that? Because that's where more business is. Like that's the deal behind the deal is the best deal. So how are we going to get it and find it? I mean, I've had more people in my office in the last month that have fired their other agent. So we need, that's been my number one thing. They're like, oh, we fired our other girl. I'm like, okay, cool. So, but why did they get fired? Because they weren't following up, they weren't doing what they need to do. Okay, we're gonna wrap up here and then we can finish with questions. Okay, how would you recommend reaching out to previous clients that you've not done a good job with? Okay, actually, Bradley taught me this. I think he might be on the call, I'm not sure. Recently, and this is something that I have been working through my database on, is just fall on your sword. Tell them, I'm so sorry I haven't followed up with you. That is my fault. I want to see you. I want to get in relationship with you. That's okay. Like if someone said, I'm really sorry, I haven't talked to you in a really long time, but your name popped up today and I wanted to call you. Someone's gonna be like, oh my God, it's so good to hear from you, right? They're not gonna be mad. They're just gonna be glad you did it. So I think that's like a call reluctancy for sure. And I've been there, definitely. The other way too is like what value are you gonna have when you call? Like, hey, I just saw your name. I was going through your past clients. I saw we closed in 2024. I would love to do a market analysis for you. Can I go through and tell you what I think your home is worth for now? Because I think you'd be really surprised. The market's been doing really, really well, and I think we bought at a really great time and got a great deal. Can I go through and do that for you? People would be like, oh, awesome. I would love a CMA. So those are two ideas I have. Fall on the sword, provide the CMA. And I think you will be right back in business. And then to when you give them the CMA, like it doesn't mean they're selling, right? That's totally fine. Do you know any other friends who might love to see this service and see what their home might be worth? They might be like, oh yeah, my friend Becky just said she wanted to sell her house. Right? The deal behind the deal, guys. That's where the deal always is. If they just say no, say, oh my gosh, of course. Okay, well, let me know when you do think of somebody. I'm going to be in better touch now. I promise. Okay, like you're on my list. I'm going to be calling you. Okay, so here's our homework just as a quick recap and any other questions we can take after this. Okay, so number one, and this is in line with the tactics, track your trust. Write out where your last 24 months have come from. And more importantly, where did you earn the trust within that transaction? And what was the exact moment you won them? Because you'll remember it was pivotal. Two, pick your lane the way that it naturally comes best to you and create a simple tracking system. Like I said, if it's baby groups, big groups, phone calls, I'm not saying we don't get to do the phone calls if that's not our comfy zone, but where is your um natural connection coming best? And then track those. You guys, when I seriously first got started, I will tell you a real life story. I was so bad at tracking that I would just text Lauren. I would literally be like, Dave, 3 o'clock, right? Like she was like getting like blast tech, right? I was like, I don't know what's she taught me how to do it. In your next level coaching and your summit, they have the forms, you guys, that helped me get organized. Like I was a organizational disaster. I was damn good at taking out a lead, but I who knows where it went, right? So that's where lean on your power partners and your peeps to help you. Like if they can help you create that system, you're gonna be like, oh my God. Lauren sometimes still does get random texts from me, and she probably loves it, but it does help when you're talking about it, right? Like I know that my strength is not organization. My strength is like kissing babies and talking to people, right? So what am I doing to just get a little better at that so I can get back out and do what I need to do? Okay, and then number three, list out 3 agents you admire, reach out to them, and set a time with intention. I want you to have a plan when you go into this. And I want you to talk to them about what it might be like to be a power partner. And again, this is literally free, you guys. And like if money is really tight right now, like go on a walk. This is my like number one tip for saving money. Like I'm like, let's go on a walk because we're moving our body, we're getting our mind going, and we're actively engaged with somebody. Like that's fun to go on a walk, and it doesn't mean you had to spend $60 on lunch. So that's one of my number one tips. Park too is great, but sometimes the kids can get a little distracting. So I'd say probably like go on a walk or meet at their office, something like that. If you can nail down a power partner, like it's going to be a really, really big deal. Like a really, really big deal. Okay, I think, do I have one more? Maybe. Oh, I do. Okay. If you guys want to scan this code, this will take you to my Instagram directly. I'm always happy to answer any DMs or collaborate. Of course, I would love a referral to Eugene, Oregon. If you ever have anybody that you're looking to send to Oregon, I know most of the area. Let's just talk, chat. You can see my Instagram, kind of see some of the video ideas that I've deployed in the last year or so, which has been a really fun part of the growth of my business. Lauren, do you have any questions or anybody else have anything they want to put in the chat box or just unmute?
Dee, what was one thing that was the biggest change for you? So you were a buyer's agent on a team for a really, really long time. You learned a lot in terms of the real estate side, right? We'll say like the house side of things.
Yeah.
As you were on your own, what was the biggest turning point? From what I'm hearing, it was your job is to lead generate, but like, what was the biggest turning point of now I'm running a business, not being reactionary?
Oh, such a good question. For me, I will tell you that point between going from buyer's agent to CEO was abrupt. And the biggest thing was you have to know your numbers. I can't make decisions as a business owner without my numbers. So like I was very like next deal, next deal, next deal. Now I treat clients like $1 million clients because I know they are $1 million clients. Oh, awesome. Do you recall how you got your very first client? I totally do. This was wild, but I was getting my license and I had someone reach out to me and they said, "Hey, our friend said that you were getting your license and we would like you to help me." So I had a team leader at the time who helped me get through that transaction and close. So I had closed a deal within a very short amount of time of getting my license, which I know is crazy. I had a pretty good first year. I think I closed 12 in the first 6 months. So I started in June and I closed 12 by December, which I was absolutely thrilled with. You guys, and the next year was a little bit harder. I found out I was pregnant, and I cried the entire way to the office. I was like, how am I going to do this? I just switched my job. I'm a nightmare, right? Like it was a lot. If I would go back and talk to myself, I would say, okay, sister, it's gonna be fine. You just need to have a plan and stick to the plan. The income will come and like the deals will come, but if you don't know where they're coming from, like I said, it's like taking a road trip with nowhere to go. Like you gotta know what's going to happen. I did have one more thing, Lo. If no one else has a question. Um, Around tactic one on knowing where your business comes from, one thing I think I did miss, which this comes from my KW days. So if we've got any KW agents on here, this would be really good. Knowing where they came from, but also knowing when you get a listing, what your job is. Now, when I take a listing now, I know that I need to get two buyers and one listing off every single one. So that naturally has me in a mindset of when I list, I pick up more business. And that comes in a lot of different ways. That comes from me doing my own open houses. That comes from me door knocking. That comes from me telling other people I'm doing it on social media, right? Like proof. I'm showing social proof that I'm doing business. So that I think intention, like once we get that first listing or we get um, that first thing, totally. I see, graduate you keep in mind. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Angela. Julie, I totally understand. I will say, like, whoever invited you here today has your game plan. Like, they really do. They've got the forms, budgeting, knowing your survival number, knowing like what is it going to take for me to keep the lights on in my house and groceries in my fridge, and then where's the growth number? Like they have those forms and they can help you. So reach back out. I'm literally filling them out myself, so I know that that's the secret sauce for you to leaving that 9 to 5 job and feeling comfortable. It's always scary, and I will not discount that at all. But when you know your numbers and you feel comfy and you have that survival number and you have a little savings, go all in, baby. Like you're gonna do it. Thank you, Diana. You're so sweet. Okay, let's see. Awesome. And do real estate full time. Oh, you got it. Oh my gosh, of course, Lindsay. I'm super glad you guys took the time to be here today. And like I said, of course, connect with me on Instagram. I'm super excited to be DMing with you guys later and just chatting all things real estate as sales rep provide. Awesome. I think you should ask that specific question to every single agent you meet. That's what I think you should do. I'm probably not the whale you want to take down. But I will say when agent or when sales title rep have asked me that, I'm like, oh, thank you. Like no one ever asked me that. They just bring me coffee I don't like. Anybody who really knows me knows I don't really like coffee. I'm too high energy anyways. I can't do coffee. So yeah, just bringing random things to them doesn't really help because they're like, what is this? I don't even like this. Yep, gotta learn some of the same thing. Yep, it's different for everybody. Ask them. Oh, okay, let's see. Touch a little bit more on what power partnerships look like. Yeah. I can send out like a baseline of what we did, but here's the thing. I came in with a groundwork when I was looking to be a power partner with someone and I said like this are the things that I think I need. Do you agree? And then we adjusted it. So like we had a little Excel sheet and it was so basic and free and it literally said like and again, your person who invited you today has a better one of these. We just made it up on Excel, but they've got a better one that's lead tracking based. And then like we did silly stuff, you guys. Like we were like, okay, like actually our When we did a little bit more formal, our office did this really cool thing. Like our CEO, he did like, we're gonna give away a $500 flight voucher. And you bet your butt, we were like on it with the sheet and everything. But it doesn't have to be that much. But yeah, Ashley, definitely ask Lauren because she's got it. But we basically
Ash-
went through the sheet is what we went over in the meetings to elaborate.
Ash- Ashley, what a power partnership looks like to me is somebody that you check in with daily, weekly, monthly on results. Um,
Hmm.
this is something where you can call that person in the morning, make a commitment on what you're going to do for the day, and then let them know either via text or call that you made those things. So, for example, I will call Danielle first on my list, and I will tell her today I'm making 30 outbound phone calls. I will call you when I'm done.
Yep.
Um, or it'll say, or I'll say something like, I need to close 10 transactions. Now I'm a lender, so it's a little bit different for me. I need to close 10 transactions in July. Can we host a couple open houses together? It's kind of like, I mean, I hate to say this, but support in AA in a way. It's your person that holds you accountable and that you race with, right?
Yep.
We do it at Summit in a way that we all jump on Teams together, Teams being kind of like Zoom, and we all make calls while on screen together. So it can look like a couple different things, but it's really your accountability partner when you're doing certain activities or need to commit to someone that you're doing certain things. My husband, like Dee said, it could be her husband. On the weekend, I need to work for 6 hours on this day, and once I'm done, I'm all yours. Can look something like that, but really it's someone else in the industry that's your accountability partner.
Yeah. Totally. And to elaborate on that, with spouses, you guys like bringing them into the business as soon as you can is like critical. You know, we work crazy hours, we're grinding, we've got open houses. Like, I think my husband's on the call right now. He knows exactly what I'm going for, like at all times. Like, he is very clear. Like, it's not his job. He works a job, but he is in clear support of what I've got going on and like knows where obviously it affects him on an intimate level. I want him to know the big vision of where we're going. Because if he's in the trenches with me all the time, like dealing with a lot, but doesn't see the big picture, like we're not going to be the best real estate family we can be. Not necessarily on it. I would say probably my best power partners, realtor, lender. Those, I think you need those. I would more think referral partners would be the best way to describe like an attorney, a in, insurance agent, somebody who's like a sideline partner, but they are in like a general same industry. Those are going to be more like referral partners versus power partners. Like power partners needs to be a real estate agent, a lender, in my opinion. Any other questions, guys?
We have no other questions. Dee, thank you so
Awesome.
much. You did a
Okay.
great job. I am getting requests left and right for your slides. So if you could send those over to me, I'll get
Yeah.
them out to everybody. And then Rebecca will also have the recording. So thank you so much. Loved having you. We'll see you later.
Good. Well, thank you guys. And yeah, let's connect on Instagram or I've got my email there. Happy to always assist. And thank you to Next Level Coaching and Summit. You guys have been a partner literally from day one for me. Like, talk about zero deals. Like, they were like, hey, let's go. And I'm thankful for that.
Good. Good,
Okay.
good.
You'll see.